ignorance was at. I said, where? She said, downtown. He had... I think the line is a setup, I can smell it, but ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoyt and Skimmerhorn at 3 on the dot. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My 7th sense is danger. I turn around, it's anger. And he brought a marble along. It's the same old song. Despair and animosity got broke with the swiftness. I don't know what they think this is. I feel a sharp pain in my neck, now I can't see on my hair. They hit me with a dart filled with the pork chop serum. I tried to hold on, but before long I dropped. When I awoke, I was locked in the barber shop, trapped in the barber's chair. Oh no, they're gonna try and cut my hair, but that can't stop the profit.
Yo, Prophet, ignorance is tired of you following them around. We about to put it in and out right now. Animosity, despair, what's up? Get him,
Passed by, I hear a buzzing noise. It was that chick with some of Ignorance's boys. She said, Prophet, we got you beat. By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife, deceit. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the... After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at the library. I hurry with lightning speed like the Flash. He's at the big one on Grand Army Place. When I get inside, the door shut and the lights go off. Another trap. I hear a hissing sound. I smell.
There is nothing like it anywhere, and I mean anywhere else in the world. All-Star festivities at its finest. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with my partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Tonight we present the Foot Locker three-point contest. The pressure is high, the drama is fierce, and the pace is fast. Hold on tight, everybody.
For a lot of folks, this is actually their favorite All-Star event. There's a lot of drama. It always seems to come down to the wire. Let's get it on.
Well, it's an event that I really enjoy, guys. You know, anytime you get the best shooters in the NBA together to duke it out, it's going to be a good time. And these guys on this roster tonight can all really struggle.
Here we go with Damian Lillard. He has 60 seconds to make as many shots from behind the arc as he can. Clark, as you know, there's a money ball in each of the 5 racks worth double. That's 25 shots to get a maximum of 30.
And the corner threes are only 22 feet, but the other three-point stations are 23 feet 9 inches. So those are the longest shots.
And to me, the corner shot is the easiest of any of them. So it's important to get off to a quick start here from that corner spot. Maybe get 5 or 6 quick points.
He's up to 7. Now 8 points.
Nice job there. That's 2 good racks in a row.
Coolly knocks down his 5th straight.
Boy, he's heating up, guys.
Good for 13. Gets the money ball. He's got 16. Make it 17. That gives him 18. 1 rack left. Takes it to 19. And it's 20. 21. He's all the way up there at 23 points. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
Well, we all know how important the money balls are in this event, and he hit 4 out of 5 of them. That's very good work.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here.
And I know he's going out there with the mindset of just relax, have fun, and see what happens.
Well, that's a great way to approach it, because really the shootout is all about fun. It's for the players, it's for the fans. It's not anything to put a ton of pressure on yourself for. So whoever's most relaxed, I think, has the best chance. Respectable start here.
8 points. He's got 9. He's got 10.
And the young fella, Klay, making it look very easy out here.
That's 13. Make that 14. Nearly perfect there. Just 1 miss on the rack. And he buries his 5th in a row.
Oh, boy, that is pure right there.
And it's 20.
He's finding that touch now.
He's all the way up there at 23 points. Wow, that was something else, guys. We don't see too many performances like that.
Well, we know if there's one guy in the competition you'd expect to turn in that kind of round, it would be him.
And so we'll see James Harden.
When Harden came into the league, people were unsure if he'd be able to shoot with range in the NBA. He started out a little slow, but he's become quite the scorer and sharpshooter. And a lot of people thought that would be the case. It was just a matter of when. You know, in the three-point contest, these guys are really on an island out there. I mean, you're used to sharing the court with 9 other guys. 4 of them are your teammates, and now it's just you out there. It has a little bit of a golf, tennis, or track and field feel.
Yeah, that's right. An individual sport atmosphere. And some guys love that, some don't. But, you know, if you don't love it, you probably shouldn't be here. I think everybody in the lineup tonight really will enjoy it. And then, of course, it's just a matter of who can get hot.
Now 14. Now to 15.
Ooh, Harden starting to feel it.
That makes it 4 straight for him. 18 to score.
Boy, he's heating up, guys. Boy, is he finishing strong, guys.
He's all the way up there at 23 points. Wow, how about that performance, guys? Man, nice work.
Right from the opening rack, he was on a roll. Got himself immediately into a groove.
And so we'll see Wesley Matthews.
It won't be easy. He needs 23 just to stay in the mix.
Yeah, that's a tall order there. One of the best scores the shootout has ever seen. I think he's going to need more than skill or luck here. He better start praying.
Gets the money ball. 5 points now.
He's got his rhythm now. Wes Matthews locked in. Well, he's off to a decent start, guys.
10 points on the board. 11 points. He's got 12.
Cannot afford a lapse in concentration now. He's got to finish strong. Liking that. I'm feeling all of that.
That's 5 straight. He's getting on a roll. He needs 6 more points. That gives him 18. He's 4 for 4 on money balls.
2 more to stay in it.
10 straight. How long can it last? Tied for first. He finishes with 25. Wow, how about that performance, guys? Man, nice work.
Yeah, he had a good time out there. He hit a few in a row, and then he was off and running. I mean, he ended up burying 11 straight.
So it'll be Kevin Durant here.
Kevin Durant, KD as he's called, has been a part of a couple of three-point contests now, yet to win one, even though he comes in as a big favorite when he participates. It won't be easy. He needs 23 just to stay in the mix.
And a tough score to match. We'll see how he does. He's up to 7. 8 points.
And Durant really starting to light it up now, guys.
That's his 5th consecutive make. That's 13. He's at 14.
KD stepping up and knocking them all down.
Yep. 5 more points to stay in it. That's 6 straight. Look out. 1 last rack remains. 2 more points to stick around. Tied for second. Second place. He runs his total all the way up to 26 points. Wow, how about that performance, guys? Man, nice work.
Well, the key was he cashed in on every single money ball. 5 for 5 on the last ball in each rack. And that's just huge. That saves you around.
And so we'll see Stephen Curry.
Look at the numbers through the first part of his career. There's a legitimate case that Steph Curry will go down as maybe the best shooter in the history of the NBA.
This is it, Steve, bringing up the rear.
Yeah, you know, everyone's already put forward with their best effort already, so he knows the number to beat. He knows what he's up against, and now it's just a matter of getting into his groove. Curry really catching fire now. He's in his zone. Boy, he's in a good rhythm right now.
He needs 8 points more. He's got 16. Now with 17.
5 more points, and he's in.
And he buries his 5th in a row.
Oh, boy, that is pure right there.
1 more to advance.
That ties him up for 3rd here.
That gets him into the 3rd hole and books him a place in the finals.
A huge score, 26 points. Wow, that was something else, guys. We don't see too many performances like that.
Well, the best he looked clearly was during that streak when he made 8 in a row. He really had it going.
Durant's got the best score in the qualifying round, guys. I'll bet he's excited for the finals.
I think we've seen an outstanding competition so far. I mean, the scores have been tremendous.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. Excellent shooting across the board. This is very high-quality stuff.
And so we'll see Wesley Matthews. By going first, he can put a lot of the pressure on the guys behind him. He boasts a good score.
In the history of this event, I think one moment that anyone who saw it remembers is Craig Hodges hitting his first 19 shots in the semifinal round back in 1991.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, Clark. Probably the greatest display of shooting that I've ever seen. I'll tell you what, Hodges did a lot of amazing things in the three-point contest. He won it 3 times during the 90s.
Good for 13.
3 good racks in a row, shooting the ball well.
And now with 16. Now with 17. Trains the money ball. That's a big 20 points. 21. That's 4 in a row now. And he buries his 5th in a row. He finishes with 25. Wow, how about that performance, guys? Man, nice work.
Boy, he was ready to go, wasn't he? Just burying his first 6 shots.
So it'll be Kevin Durant here. And for Kevin Durant, it's definitely different for him because when he shoots from deep, Clark, it's more in the flow of the game.
That's right.
Steve?
Yeah, if you don't have the right shot rhythm for a three-point contest, it can be a bit jarring. But I think if he keeps participating in this event, he's eventually going to win. He's too good of a shooter. He just needs to figure out the rhythm and get used to the circumstances.
Boy, a tall task just to tie it up. He's got to get 25 points. Off to a terrific start.
12 for him.
Boy, he's heating up, guys.
9 consecutive makes. He is in a flow. Good rack right there. 4 points total.
Yeah, he can miss 2 more shots in this round, but that's it.
Make it 17. That gives him 18. 3 of 4 on money balls.
3 more points will tie it.
He's hot now. His 7th consecutive basket. He posts a big number, 24 points. And so we'll see Stephen Curry. Well, back to Curry. What is crazy is that he puts up all that he does while being one of the few who can shoot off the dribble. You know, most other guys, Clark, at his level, are catch and shoot guys.
Well, he's remarkable with his ability to shoot it off the bounce. Just a really pure stroke. One of the purest in the history of the league, in my opinion. All right, Steve. It comes down to this.
And you know what, Clark, whether he wants to hear it or not, the crowd will let him know when he's getting close to that magic number. So he'll be able to anticipate it as he goes through.
11 points. That gives him 12. Matches 13.
Getting it done. 3 good racks in a row. Shooting the ball well.
8 more points and he'll tie things up.
That gives him 18.
Well, he's starting to get it going. You know, shooting threes is in his genes. Great round from Steph Curry.
3 points more to tie it. 23. That's 24. He's at 25. How about that? He finishes with 27. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
You know, he ran a string of made shots up to 10 in that round. So you can see when he gets it going, watch out.
And we've reached the finish line of the Foot Locker three-point contest. All our competitors gave it their best shot, but one man was head and shoulders above the rest. This year's champion, Steph Curry.
It was a great event. There's always so much excitement packed into the three-point contest.
Yeah, no question, Clark. Those were some real theatrics we saw out there today.
And the drama, the excitement, this year's three-point contest had it all. And it was our pleasure to bring it to you. For myself, Kevin Harlan, and my partners, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, thank you, everyone, and good night.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarai nel vuoto, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby, accelero la moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi, noi siamo la luce insieme, il male che produce il bene. La notte abbassa lo sguardo, che guardarci non gli conviene. Siamo il bianco e siamo il nero, siamo Dio che appare davvero. Siamo piccoli e perfetti, come il mondo visto dal cielo.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire, insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine, e la fine.
Welcome, everyone. This is All-Star Action, folks. Kevin Harlan happy to be here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Tonight, the dunk contest. And from the looks of this, great competition. It is shaping up just as we had hoped. It's going to have some high-flying action and some big-time jams.
Man, we've got so many great players in the dunk contest this year. Every one of them is capable of something special.
Yeah, the dunks these guys perform in games are incredible, guys. So I can't wait to see what they break out with when they've actually had the chance to rehearse.
So it'll be Aaron Gordon here. And starting off the competition like this adds drama to what sort of dunk he'll go with, guys.
Yeah, it sure does, Kevin. I mean, you want a big first dunk.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh, disaster. Huh?
Yeah, not enough elevation there, Kevin. I mean, I didn't mean to laugh, but...
Oh, well, you did laugh.
I know, but not enough elevation.
I'll make sure we pass that on to him in the locker room as he's sitting there, in tears.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clark.
Come on, Clark.
And so we'll see Terrence Ross, second to the stage, looking to make an impression with his first dunk.
And now he's getting ready to launch. And
I'm anxious to see what he comes up with. And here we go with Andrew Wiggins. And third on stage, making his first appearance. Let's see what he's got for us. All right, Clark.
here we go.
Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, I think he just lost his balance.
Yeah.
Aborted takeoff.
Yep, that's exactly.
So it's Ben McLemore ready to go. Batting cleanup. All right, here we go. And there we go. We just saw that dunk, and we get to see it done successfully. But again.
Yeah, bingo. We've got two guys going, and it's only the first round. I mean, that just really is a downer. It's a buzzkill.
Well, let's hope they bring something new next time. I mean, you got to have some innovation in this contest.
McLemore's got quite a bit of room to relax. Fans giving him the love after his first-round show.
Yeah, it was a good move from him to come out and get the early lead. Now he's in the driver's seat, and everybody else is going to be scrambling.
And that's why I would expect to see something kind of vanilla here right now. And he'll save his best for the third round.
So it'll be Aaron Gordon here. We'll see if he can step it up here on his second attempt.
I don't think he can afford to hold anything back, Kevin. He needs these points, so he's got to come right. fell short. Just came up short.
Oh.
Just did not
What
quite.
what happened there?
Well, he just didn't get it done. I mean, that's.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Clark.
simply.
I need more analysis.
Well, I can't. I mean, heck, he missed it. That's all I can say.
Have you ever been in a dunk contest before?
Years ago.
Really? High school?
High school, yeah.
One.
I did a two-ball dunk.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a two-ball.
And so we'll see Terrence Ross. We're back to number 2 in the order, getting ready for his second dunk. What's he got
Check
here,
this
Clark?
out. Check this out.
All right. Okay, 180 reverse. Those hang on the rim afterwards. He made that one look easy, though. And really, guys, not the highest degree of difficulty on that one.
Yeah.
But as you look at it, certainly some nice glide on it.
Yeah.
And here we go with Andrew Wiggin. And he's the third dunker in the order, getting ready for dunk number 2.
Check this out. Check this out. Get a good elevation. Nice little spin.
Yeah.
Two-handed. 360. Nothing special, though. Nothing special.
No.
And he's going to have to show me, I need to see a little more than that to get my temperature up.
If you're going to spin, there's got to be some torque to that spin.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with you.
So it's Ben McLemore ready to go, finishing our second cycle through the dunkers. He's back for more. And I think, we just saw this one, right?
You think?
Yeah.
We did indeed, Kevin. There's no
short-term memory
thinking
loss.
to it. That's for sure. We did see it already.
I got bad memory. We did just see it.
Yeah, a little too much of the same, right?
Yeah. We having too much pop. Take your time.
Yeah, I'll take it right off your hands.
Ross has got a neck-and-neck race here. 2 guys ahead of the pack.
They've been the best so far, Kevin. One of them will be the champ, most likely.
Yeah, which one can bring the grand finale here? You got to close out these dunk contests with something special in round 3. So we'll see what happens.
So it'll be Aaron Gordon here. Back to the top of the order. Third and final round. Looks awfully familiar.
There's a good reason for that, partner. We already saw one exactly like it. We saw one exactly like it. You don't want to end the dunk contest with a dunk we've already seen.
What's the expression, guys? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but it doesn't win you dunk contests, that's for sure.
So it's Terrence Ross ready to go. And with a sensational dunk here right now, Clark, you have to think he'll take the win.
Yeah, he's clearly in the lead right now after that strong start.
Well, the crowd's been behind him. I mean, this guy is electric. So one more dunk, and
All right, Clark, anxious to see what he's got going here. Oh, that's right, sailing from the side.
Yeah, I like that. The double clutch, a little bit of hang time. I mean, you think about what it takes to be able to do that.
Yeah.
To elevate for the reverse dunk.
Yeah, tough.
That's
Exactly.
unique stuff, man.
And here we go with Andrew Wiggin. And the second to last dunker of the night, looking to finish strong. And here he comes with another one.
He elevated, but nothing happened afterward.
yeah, lost it on the transfer.
Yeah, just kind of airballed this one, Kevin.
Like the ball came out of his backside there.
Yeah, just
He's
airballed.
laying an egg.
Airballed that one.
He
Too
did.
bad he couldn't convert.
Yep, lay that egg, partner. So it's Ben McLemore ready to go. And our last contestant looking to finish big. Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, not enough bounce.
Just couldn't come through with it. Just couldn't execute.
A bad bounce, and then he just said, you know what, this is going no place.
Yeah.
And let's look at the final results of the dunk contest. Incredible acrobatics and artistry from this year's champion, Terrence Ross.
Man, oh man, did he ever wreck the place. I don't know how he was able to pull off some of those dunks.
Me neither, Clark. I mean, there are not many guys on the entire planet with that type of ability.
And it's been a joy to be here to witness some incredible dunks, incredible athleticism, and bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time.
De respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera. Vengo para mirar de nuevo, para ver los sitios y despertar el ojo ciego, sin miedo, tú y yo. Descolonicemos lo que nos enseñaron, con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada. Vengo sin temor a no perder nada. Vengo como el niño que busca de su morada, la entrada al origen, la vuelta de su cruzada. Vengo a buscar la historia silenciada, la historia de una tierra saqueada. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros, vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones, vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida. Vengo con la madera, la montaña y la vida. Vengo con el aire, el agua, la tierra y el fuego. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo. Vengo con mis ideas como escudo, con el sentir humano, a vivir este mundo donde el hombre nuevo busca el contrapunto. Vengo humano, vengo como tú, en busca de la huella, de la pieza del árbol y de su corteza, que guarda en su memoria que el canto de victoria cuando vimos de la tierra lloramos con tal euforia. Ya abrimos así nuestros brazos tan encadilados y nos acurrucamos al origen de los tiempos, a la fuente del universo donde yace el sentimiento de vivir este comienzo. Vengo con la sangre roja, con los pulmones llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto. Vengo a construir un sueño, el brillo de la vida que habita en el hombre nuevo. Vengo buscando un ideal de un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros, vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones, vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida. Vengo con la madera, la montaña y la vida. Vengo con el aire, el agua, la tierra y el fuego. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo. Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno. Vengo buscando un ideal de un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo.
gold to read. No time. I get mine and make no excuses. Waste of precious breath. No time. The sun shines on everyone. Love yourself to death. So you gotta fire up. You gotta let go. You never be loved. You gotta face up. You gotta get low. You never know the top till you get too low. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No lies, no deceiving, man is what he loves. I keep trying to.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And on one of the epic nights in the NBA, welcome one and all to the All-Star game on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside former All-Star Shaquille O'Neal and a guy who has watched the All-Star game a lot, Kenny the Jet
Oh,
Smith.
I thought you were going to say your name. You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, we'll see the East All-Stars playing against the West All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. And how much fun is this? The All-Star game officially upon us, typically a high-scoring, fast-breaking affair. Shaq, any reason to think it's going to be anything different this time around?
Well, there are no more Dikembe Mutombos.
Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Ernie. Not as many shot-blocking centers in the league now. That might have slowed things down a little. Offense rules the game. I wish Dikembe was still here so he can go, no, Ernie.
How about if I play you and you play Dikembe?
No.
Mr. Mutombo, I really like the way you played the game, but I like it when you used to wave your finger.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Everything good. Shaq threw 2 elbows in my face. I think he called it elbow sandwich.
Well, I'll be you, Ernie. Hey, so Kevin Harlan, we're going to go courtside with you, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm really confused now.
I'm not.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. A look at the West All-Stars starting group. Curry is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Towns. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Davis in at the power forward position.
Yeah, and you know, Melo voted into the All-Star game last year, played in front of the home crowd in New York. In a lot of ways, what must have been a dream come true for him.
On defense, the West All-Stars.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Now here's Drummond. 3 on the clock. Young for 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Good defensive work there by Young.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throws.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
That All-Star game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that record was going to go down. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Yeah, teammate to teammate on the assist that time.
Well, the communication between them, that's what we see every game during the regular season, and it's on display here in the All-Star week as well.
And guys, you know, we've had some All-Star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. He's with the ball, trailing by 2. Here's Irving. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Finish off the break. Thompson's got 12 points in the game.
I know we never see a lot of defense in these games, but tonight we're not seeing any.
Simply call it a free-for-all. I mean, you want the guys to have fun out there, but it would be nice to see some effort put into the defensive end of the floor.
Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring All-Star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the All-Star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show.
Now here's Towns after the miss from Stephen Curry. Leonard attacking, can't hit from 12. DeRozan against Thompson. Irving kicks to Drummond. Dishes to Irving.
And you know, this game, yeah, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, last year they got the job done again. So although it didn't come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Billy Donovan. If Coach had any butterflies in his stomach about coaching the All-Stars, he didn't let any of it come out. He said it was for the fans, and even though he's in charge of the best players in the NBA, his only coaching advice was to go out and have fun. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, you know, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting a huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie. Oh! Well, this night is all about the entertainment value in terms of that dunk. Definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top that one.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
A big group substitution here for the East. LeBron, he's checked in for Young. Paul George comes in for Anthony. Butler, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Lowry in for Irving. Outside, George. Outside Lowry. Back to George. It's LeBron with the drive. And he banks in the layup. And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
LeBron against Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Harden on the wing. He feeds it to Griffin. And it's sent back by Drummond. And now the fast break. George with the ball.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. LeBron passes to Drummond. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Harden. Poke loose. And Butler, here we go. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, the All-Star game D is in full effect. They typically clamp it down in the second half.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when... A great event unfolding, one quarter of basketball already played, and welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star Game.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for the West All-Stars, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Towns is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Thompson in at the 2.
Hey, guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game. I mean, something that was... really special. How about the sight of Powell and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
Kicks it to Davis. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And he gets it to go.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combine for 48 threes.
Young dishes to Carmelo. Wade outside. The drive by Anthony Davis with some nice D. And those 48 three-pointers you talked about, Greg, the previous high for threes in an All-Star game was 30. So that's what I call shattering a record, huh? Man, oh, man.
It was insane. And really, that speaks to the evolution of the game as well. The game has become far more perimeter-oriented in terms of the skill set.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Paul goes in. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Paul. 8 points for Anthony Davis.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been off.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
West All-Stars shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And the East All-Stars with some changes. DeRozan comes in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyrie Irving. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Curry's checked in.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
The dish to Young. Wade outside. Back to Young. Outside Thomas. 5 to shoot. Launches a three. No luck. Now the West All-Stars the other way. It's stolen by DeRozan. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Thomas, no luck.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Curry kicks to Towns. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Wade against Curry. 1:56 left in the first half. He kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Thompson. He's got 14 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
A big group substitution here for the East. Andre Drummond's checked in for Young. James comes in for Anthony. Paul George, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Butler in for Dwayne Wade. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Griffin's checked in for Towns. Durant comes in for Anthony Davis. James Harden, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from James. Here's Griffin, power down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. And what a show Russell Westbrook put on a year ago at the All-Star game. I mean, you could tell early on that he was looking to take over and leave his mark.
1:07 left in the first half. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-handed.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from James. Westbrook passes to Griffin. Back to Westbrook. To the middle. And then Durant with the dunk.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
The East All-Stars on offense. LeBron drives in. Drummond. Good work defensively by Harden.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Thomas. And West also making a switch. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Thompson.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
A nice lead and looking confident.
And they've got a chance to push this thing to double digits now.
Harden against Butler. Harden dishes to Griffin. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept them in it.
And we've reached halftime in this one. West All-Stars out in front. They're up by 7. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And in this completely jam-packed arena, we are glad to have you with us. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And guys, some memorable All-Star Weekend competitions over the years, but what a stacked roster this year's West All-Stars have. Wow. I don't think anyone's surprised they've had the upper hand in sportsmanship and in the scoring so far tonight.
Well, the West has been the most dominant conference for quite some time now, and they're showing why that's the case. The depth of the Western Conference and the All-Star game is something that usually gives them an advantage. All these guys are just here to have fun, but deep down, they're competing to win.
And I think no matter how deep we see the Western Conference, the top stars in the East want to try to get back on top here tonight. We might see a lot more fight as we get into the second half, but we really have seen some great plays from the West in the first 2 quarters.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
And we return to the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Anthony is out there with Young. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Irving in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Pass to Towns. To the middle. It's deflected. Young with the steal. Anthony right side. That's good. Anthony's got 9 points. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game. That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Irving's gone 4 of 5 shooting from the field. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Thompson kicks to Curry. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Thompson inside the line. And that one hits back iron. Pass to Anthony. It's Young on the wing. Nobody near Irving. Buries the long-range jumper. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
And Curry, here we go. Hits the target from 18 feet. Curry's got it all tied up now for the West All-Stars.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And the East All-Stars call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And Davis gets it to go.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
Leonard on the wing. DeRozan defending. No problems knocking that one down. And it's a 3-point West All-Star lead.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here. They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. The rebound by Young. It's a close game here in Toronto. Outside Irving. DeRozan passes to Irving. And Davis sends it back. Outside Leonard. Poked away. Davis with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Thompson with the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
East with the ball. Inside. Drummond dishes to Young. Irving for three. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9. 67% shooting.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
And it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And the East with some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Drummond. Wade comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Irving. Lillard's checked in for the West. Paul comes in for Steph Curry. Paul a screen on Young. Towns kicks to Lillard. Feeds it to Paul. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 3-point game. It's Jackson with the drive. Back to DeRozan. DeRozan a screen on Davis. Nice job coming off that screen.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. Davis playing very well. He's got 10 points and the 1 steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
James checked in for the East. Paul George comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Then for the West All-Stars, Durant's checked in for Towns. Hayward comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And James Harden subbed in for Paul. Wade drives in to the inside for the tie, and the layup is up and in. Wade's got his first basket of the night.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
For the lead, and he lays it up and in. Wade's got his second basket of the night. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the East All-Stars.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Durant with the steal. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Lillard attacking. No good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the East with some changes. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Wade. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Jackson. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Griffin comes in for Anthony Davis. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Damian Lillard. The shot's good from Griffin.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Griffin's gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And George kicks to Butler. Lowry passes to George. Butler from outside. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. They've led by as much as 10. Hayward dishes to Harden. The rebound by Paul George.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
The East All-Stars shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Shooting 1. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. East All-Star.
Every dime is a flake. I'm signed to the pit.
Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Towns. Steph Curry's out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Irving, good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Big-time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Westbrook with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. And Westbrook, here we go. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
Irving, good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Irving kicks to Drummond. The kick out to Irving. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Drummond with it. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
The drive by Thompson, and it's sent back by Drummond. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
The East making a switch. Young's checked in. Davis is checked in for the West. Curry passes to Towns. Back to Curry. To the paint. Here's Davis. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Irving kicks to Anthony. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Anthony's gone 5 of 7 from the floor here. Curry against Irving. Curry kicks to Davis. Back to Curry. He dishes it to Towns. And it's the East with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds in this game. Irving drives in. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. 21 points for Kyrie Irving.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Timeout called East All-Stars.
He did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
The East All-Stars on offense, leading by 5. Down low. Here's Drummond. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Curry. The shot no good. Good defensive work there by Young. Irving dishes to Young. The feed to Carmelo. Fires from deep. No good. Now the West All-Stars the other way. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game. LeBron, he's checked in for Anthony. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And Leonard has it in the corner. From 17 feet out, and that one's good.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
Irving with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Leonard. Got a piece of it. Young with the steal. Up the floor. Here's DeRozan. Oh!
And these fans are getting treated to just some amazing aerial action in this game.
And that's the way it should be, right? I mean, it's All-Star Week. You don't lay it in, you punch it in.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. Irving against Curry. Dishes it to Thompson. He feeds it to Davis. And he slams it one-handed.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. The second effort. Count that one. The East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Anthony Davis.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Composed under pressure, and he's now 4 for 4 here in the fourth.
Here's Drummond. The West All-Stars pull it in. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight, and it's blocked by DeRozan. DeRozan on the wing. Irving kicks to Young. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Good!
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're losing by 3. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocked loose and stolen by LeBron. Here's Irving. Yes!
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Thompson. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Here's Irving. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Young outside. Back to Irving. The 3. That's good.
Another baby bottom smooth stroke there. I mean, that's perfect form he's showing at the three-point line.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They trail by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Connects! Klay Thompson. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and that's an intentional foul. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
All-Stars ball.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Davis with the jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Thompson passes to Kerr. Off target with his 3. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Lillard misses. So the East All-Stars win it.
And for the Eastern Conference, they score the victory on their home turf here in Toronto. That runs their all-time record in the All-Star game to 38-27. The West has a long way to go, guys, to catch up.
It's going to take a while, you're right. Well, as always, we've had a blast bringing this game to you, the special moments from All-Star 2016. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan saying so long. Good night, everyone, from Toronto.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. Kyrie Irving. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. He had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.